Hey guys, it's Christina from Modern Flower Creation, and today I will be showing you guys how to make your own Gerbera flower using my template. So let's get started, guys. So you will need 4 large, 4 medium, and 4 small of each layer. So we are starting with the largest one. And again, all of the dimensions, if you've purchased the template, all of the dimensions will be there. So I will give you the instructions for the dimensions of the large, dimensions of the medium, and also the small one. So you're able to print using your Cricut. And these are offered in PNG file only for now. I do not know how to do SVG file, so unfortunately I don't offer those at the moment. However, what's nice with PNG files is that you can resize it any way you want it to. So let's get started with forming the flower, with creating the flower. So as you can see, I have the large one in my hand, and I am folding each of the petals in half. And this will be the first layer will require, not the first layer, but I guess the beginning of the flower will require 4 of these large ones. And again, just folding each of them in half. That's really all you need to do. If you have a scoring tool, which you'll see me use later on in the video, because it does get a little hard because they are very thin petals. So you'll see me use the scoring tool that I bought from Michael's, I believe. But if you have any other scoring tools, go ahead and use them. So what you do is you just score in the middle of the petal, and that will help with folding. However, I found that it helps me a little bit, but it still was hard to do, again, because it's so thin. But you're going to want to repeat this for all of the large. So fold every single petal. There's a lot of petals to fold in half, and it does take time. I would say it shouldn't take you any more than 10 to 15 minutes to do this one flower. So yeah, we're going to do this for all of the large and all of the medium. So you can see here that I got the scoring tool to fold it in half to help me. And it helped a little, but not so much, because I continue to fold each of the petals with my own fingers instead of using the scoring tool. However, if you find that the scoring tool works best for you, I highly recommend using that technique. Okay, so now that we're done with folding all of the large-sized ones, we are going to move to folding in half the medium-sized ones. So as you can see, I'm doing the same thing that we just did, folding each of the petals in half, and you'll do this for all of the 4 layers there. So you can see that I'm grabbing the scoring tool again to help with the medium ones, and because my fingers were just hurting so much. I had previously done a few other styles before this one, same Gerbera Flower, just different looking style of petals. So my fingers were getting a little cramped up, so that's why I go ahead and grabbed the scoring tool to see if it might help me, given that it didn't really help me as much with the large ones, but it did help with the medium ones. So again, if it works for you, do it. If not, then you can always find a different technique. And if you have a technique that works for you that I didn't use, please leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. I'm always looking forward to learning new techniques or trying to see if I can make it better, or if I can make it faster. Any technique that you might have. If you've done the Gerbera Flower before, please let me know. I highly appreciate it, guys. I just finished up with folding all of the medium ones and as well as all of the large ones. So now we will start with the small ones. As you can see there, I just had an accident because I took out part of that small petal. I ripped off two of the little ones. So I'm just gluing it back on, and if you have an accident just like that, it's okay. Just glue it back on. It's not a big deal. However, you can always cut it again if you want to. But yeah, so as I'm using the scoring tool to fold them inwards, I'm gonna do it softly now, since I started a little bit too strong and I accidentally ripped those petals out. So we don't want to do that. So just go gently, each petal folded inward, just like that. And you're going to want to do that to all of the small ones. So again, you should have 4 small ones, and you're just going to do the same thing, folding them inward towards the middle of that Gerbera template, and you'll use your rolling tool to roll them just like that, so that way all of the petals are closer to each other and a little bit tighter to one another. So it kind of creates like a little cup, and you're going to want to do this to all of the 4 small templates there. So I'm using my fingers to help with making sure that the petals are inward towards the center, and I'm going to do the same thing for all of the other 3 as well. Again, I'm just using my fingers to help me with that. So I'm now doing the second small one, and same thing, like I said, I'm just helping all of the petals inward, so that way they're a little tighter, and it kind of, like I said earlier, kind of looks like a little cup. So just finishing the last one there. So now I am getting started with forming the center. So I just put glue on the smallest one and putting it inside the other small one. And I'm using the rolling tool to press it down, press in the middle, so make sure that it stays still. And just closing all the petals in for a smaller look. So now I'm putting those 2 petals already inside the 3rd one. And I'm using the rolling tool inside to continue making that form, kind of like a cup like I had said earlier. And this is the last small one. And you don't want to add a lot of glue, just a little bit of glue. You don't need that much. And Yeah, so just adding more pressure there. So now we have the center, and we'll leave that to the side. So now we will grab our largest sizes first. So again, we have 4 medium and 4 large, and you will glue all of the large ones. So just putting glue in the middle of one of the largest right there, and putting the other large on top of it. And again, putting the third layer down of the large, and continue doing the same thing for the fourth one as well. And again, don't use a lot of glue. I noticed after watching the video that I had used a lot of glue, so you don't need a ton of glue to do that unless your paper is really thick, but it should work just fine. Just adding a little pressure to the center. So now that we are done with the large layers, we're going to do the medium ones. And same thing, we're just going to add them to the middle there and glue them. And I'm just, like I said, I use a rolling tool just so it adds a little bit more pressure to the middle, so to the center, so I know that it won't come off later on. So we just glued on one of the medium sizes. This would be the second one. So we have 2 more to go. Just a little bit of glue. This would be the third medium. Just making sure that all of the petals are actually folded in half. So there is our third medium. And now we will do our final medium. So again, you should have glued 4 large and 4 medium. Don't forget to add pressure to that center there. We just don't want it to come off later on. So now we're just going to add the center, and this will be the last step. I realized that I added way too much glue. As you can see, you don't need that much glue, so don't add too much. So now I'm using a dowel to push it all the way down. Just again, just more pressure so I know that it won't fall off later on. I've had that happen before. And there we go. We have completed and made the Gerbera flower. Again, you can find the template in my website, and I'll have the description below, or I'll have the link in the description below. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below, or send me a message through Instagram. You can find me at Modern Flower Creation, and I'm sure to answer your question. Thanks so much, guys, and thank you for watching.